Hi friends, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about using algebra to solve for missing measures. Now, before we can dive into that, I just want to do a quick refresh on vocabulary. Grab that vocab notebook and make sure that you write these things down. These are going to be important. Vertical angles, linear pair, adjacent angles, supplementary angles, complementary angles. I've notated just a quick notation here on how you can kind of remember it, and then I've given you some examples. So you may want to pause the video, write these down if you have not already done that. Let me get in here a little bit deeper. So you can see write these guys down, and then we will jump right in. So pause the video if you need to and write those down. Okay, so let's dive in then. We're going to talk about using algebra to solve for missing measures. All right, so for our first one, we're talking about vertical angles, and you'll remember that vertical angles are congruent. They are across from each other. So let's talk about this one. We have the measure of angle AEB. AEB, AEB. Remember, the order of the letters is really important. So AEB is this guy right in here, and that is 3x plus 4. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there, 3x plus 4. The next part of this is going to be CED equals 5x minus 12. So we've got CED is 5x minus 12. Now we know that these are a vertical pair or vertical angles. And what we remember about vertical angles is that they are congruent. And just in case you didn't see it on the previous one, congruent, the symbol for congruent looks like that. So these vertical angles are congruent, meaning that they equal each other. So in order for us to solve this, what we would have to do is set them equal to each other. So we say, okay, well, 3x plus 4 equals 5x minus 12. Okay, I like to get my variables to the left side, so I'm going to minus 5x from both sides. That's going to give me, and so if I do that, and then I can minus 4 from both sides, that's going to give me negative 2x equals negative 16. Divide both sides by negative 2. And I get x equals 8. Always in geometry, go back and read the question. And the question says, find the value of x. Have we done that? We absolutely have. All right, let's look at our next one. So this time we're talking about a linear pair. So for a linear pair, remember that a linear pair creates a line, which is 180 degrees. So we have here the measure of angle LNP is 6x plus 3. So LNP, that's this guy right here, 6x plus 3. And then the measure of MNL is 11x plus 7. Now, in the previous one, we set them equal to each other. That's not going to work for this because what we need to remember is a linear pair means 180 degrees. So these guys, when added together, are going to total 180 degrees because it's a line or a half circle, if you want to think of it that way. So the way that we would write that is 11x plus 7 plus 6x plus 3 equals 180. Perfect. Okay, and so we've got now our next step is to combine like terms. So we get 6, 7, so that's 17x plus 7 and 3 is going to give me 10 equals 180. Minus 10 from both sides. Let me scooch this down a little bit. Minus 10 from both sides, we get 17x equals 170. Divide both sides by 17 and x equals 10. Now remember what I said, always go back and read the question. Our question says find the measure of each angle. Okay, well let's come back over here. The measure of angle LNP is 6x plus 3. Well, we know x equals 10, so we've got to plug that in here. 6 times 10 plus 3. 6 times 10 gives us 60 plus 3 means that the measure of angle LNP equals 63. Now, for the other one, the measure of angle MNL, that was 11x plus 7. So we take 11 and we substitute 10 in for x plus 7. 11 times 10 is going to give us 110 plus 7 means that the measure of angle MNL equals 117 degrees. Sorry, I squished that in there. So we found the measure of each angle. Those would be considered our answers. All right, so for our next one, we see angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. And if you go back and you look at your notes in your vocabulary, you'll know that supplementary, just like a linear pair, means 180. They both mean 180, but a linear pair means that they're forming a line. So supplementary can be forming a line, or they can be not attached like this. So that means this angle right here and this angle right here are both going to equal 180. So if we add these together and set them equal to 180, all right, so then we get x, and -3 and positive 153 gives us positive 150 equals 180 minus 150 from both sides. We get x equals 30. Go back and read the question. It says solve for x. Have we done that? We absolutely have. So that is using algebra to solve for missing measures. Excellent job. We'll see you next time.